Hi folks, Steve the Hurricane here. On today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, we are going to address the caregiver crisis. Dun dun dun!
This is A Drink with the Hurricane, the home care sales and marketing talk show that discusses all things growing your home care business.
All right, so as a former home care business owner, as an expert, I work a lot on this topic, but I also want to share the limelight with one of the other industry experts, my buddy Kevin from IPC Ed. So Kevin, here's the cup. You take it away, buddy.
Thanks, Steve. Always great to be with all of the Hurricane folks. Welcome to A Drink with the Hurricane with the Lambing Landslide. We're going to finally get a name for me, I swear to you. I am honored, as always, to speak to all of the Hurricane family. And today's topic is danger, caregiver shortage. It's a huge problem, folks. It's probably the number one priority that every home care agency, every home health agency, every assisted living community talks about. I just got back from an event in Nashville, and it was like the number one topic. Where do we get caregivers? How do we keep caregivers? I came in today, and I'm on a mailing list. This is Provider Magazine, and the cover of this month is Desperately Seeking Caregivers. Desperately seeking caregivers. It's such a rampant issue that this is the key thing that they're talking about in the May 2017 Provider Magazine. So it's a hot topic button. Every day that when I come in, I am truly a home care nerd. This is what I love to do. I have my Google alert set to articles on caregiving, caregivers, shortages, work shortages, things of that nature, anything really connected in the home care realm. And every day I come into between 7 to 10 articles on the very topic of the fact that there aren't enough caregivers. So what we're going to talk about today is how do we keep them? How do you keep your caregivers to want to stay at your agency? I just read a great article on the life cycle of a caregiver. And it wasn't even so much the caregiver, but the life cycle of a low-income employee and why there's so much turnover. Why is there so much turnover? When most businesses think of a really tight margin and making that $1 to $2 raise, it's still really not taking them above the poverty line. So they're like, well, I'm going to bounce. So what do we do to keep a caregiver in-house with us? Well, one of the major things, if you've ever seen me speak before or been to any of my webinars, is incentivization and rewarding your staff for things that they do. Things like doing their education or picking up an extra shift, or there's a multitude of different things that you can recognize your caregiver and make them feel like they're part of something bigger. It's the psychology of it all. It's what makes a person feel accepted, rewarded in their work, and more than anything, appreciated. You know, when you're running an agency, you've got 50, 100 caregivers, it's kind of hard to make that personal touch. And giving a raise sometimes is not financially feasible. So there are some simplistic things that you can do as an agency owner to make that caregiver feel appreciated, where it's not going to cost you a lot of money or any money. I'm always tweeting things on my Twitter account on free, next to free ideas to make your caregivers feel great about themselves. And that is something that I want each and every one of you to take away from this little drink from the hurricane today. Making your folks feel great, retaining your folks is really, it's the key to any successful agency. You know, the reason that you're on a hurricane webinar, the reason that you reach out to Steve and the crew is to build your business, you know, to market your business, to do all of these things. But the key to any successful agency starts at the bottom, and that's the cornerstone, and that's the caregiving staff. You could have all the best marketing in the world. You could have all of the coolest tchotchkes to promote yourself and do all of these different things, but if you don't have staff to cover those shifts, that's a huge issue. And that's where the agencies that make their folks feel like one of something larger, that thank their staff for what they do, and not just, at the company Christmas party or maybe once a year, but make it a concerted effort to really make that caregiver feel appreciated for the hard work that they do. You will see a definite uptick in your retention and your recruiting, because 9 times out of 10, that caregiver is going to know somebody that may be looking for a job that you could bring on to your staff and help build your numbers and then build your billable hours, because that's what we want for you. We want you to be successful and to blow away your competition. I'm going to get into real detail when I'll be at the Denver boot camp. I don't know if you've already registered, but if you haven't, I would definitely get on it. Come to these. I've been to boot camps all over the country, from Washington to just got back from Houston and a few other events back in New Jersey. It's just an amazing, amazing event. And every speech, every speaker, everything that Steve's bringing you is to better your agency, because we want each and every one of you to be successful. So if you haven't signed up, sign up. Hope to see you. And I can't wait to show you the presentation on some really inexpensive ways to make your caregivers stay in-house. So, for me, the Lambing Landslide, thank you very much, Steve, for having me on. And I'll see you folks all in Denver. Go out there and blow away your competition.